No sinners.
No sinners.
I can smell you sinners out there.
Yes.
Hey, welcome everybody. So here we are at the New Jersey Horror Festival, Horror Convention and Film Festival. And 1, 2, 3. Excellent.
Thank you.
You think it's awesome? We've been working on this for like 5 years, something like that now.
Wow. Can you tell us like who's directing or any of that?
Yeah. Marcus actually. Where is he?
He's back there?
Yes, Marcus Slavine. Yeah, he wrote it. He's one of the creators. Also, Vinny. They're all going to be here today. So they're the two creators of it, and then Marcus is the main writer. And then, yeah, Jim's behind it as well, who owns all the rights for all the Living Dead series and the franchise. So it's because sci-fi just put out the Day of the Dead series, but
yeah.
Nothing. Well, we can't say exactly what's going on yet. We can't spoil too much, but we paid a lot of homage and made sure because it's all Romero fans, and we know how diehard all of the Romero fans are, and we are as well. So we really wanted to do it right. And we are, and that's why we're taking the time and not just rushing it out and just using the name, because that's so incredibly disrespectful to a legend. So
Guys, here we are still at the New Jersey Horror Convention, and right with us we have Danielle Bisutti.
I'm going to come out front.
Absolutely.
Suit requires
Yes. And you are like really tall, and that is
I'm a
awesome.
tall drink of water.
So Danielle, I gotta ask you, Insidious Chapter 2, how did you feel coming into that franchise with the first movie being such a huge hit?
Well, I had no idea what I was stepping into because horror movies terrify me.
Wow.
And what the audition breakdown was nothing how I looked. James Wan had put in the description, and also Lee Wanell, who wrote it, 50s, 60s, blonde, wiry hair, rail thin. That's not.
No.
They got Mommy Dearest. And, but it did say sort of authoritative Disney evil queen, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And then I remembered, I just went batshit crazy for the audition. I don't know, I pulled out all my trauma from childhood, apparently.
Just put it all out there.
I didn't hold anything back. And I was like, either they're going to think this woman needs mental health, or I'm going to get the job. And I got the job. And then when I realized, I was working with James Wan, and then I realized who he was, I was like,
whatever he touches turns into gold.
He's quite brilliant, and I was really lucky to have that opportunity. So.
It's awesome. And in the post, you guys are actually looking for people to help finish out the film.
Yeah.
How is that going to work?
So what we wanted to do is we wanted to make a film to get horror fans involved. Not just us, just to join the team. So we have about 90% of the movie shot already. We're shooting it in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania over the month of January.
Okay.
So we shot with Jeffrey, we shot with Dee Wallace, we shot with all those actresses in the month of January. So we were like, what's a good opportunity to get the horror fans involved with the film, because everyone knows that horror fans are so passionate about horror. And they really are, they love the genre. So we were like, let's make a movie that was shot and give them the opportunity, since we have 90% of it shot, to get it and jump on board with us.
Now, can you give us like a very broad subgenre of what Stream is?
Is about? Yeah, sure. So
like the subgenre.
I would say it's like a very, it's a horror thriller.
Thriller.
Yeah, it's a horror thriller, yeah.
Okay.
So it's about this family. I'll give you a little bit. It's about this family who decides they want to go on vacation because they're falling apart. So the father takes them to this hotel that they used to go to when they were little kids. But the hotel gets taken over by these group of people that invites 4 serial killers in to play a game as things go haywire. So it's pretty cool, yeah.
So here we are at the New Jersey Horror Convention and Film Festival. We have Paul Taylor with us, who of course played Pinhead in the newer Hellraiser movies. So I just asked you off camera, and I'm going to ask you again, what was it like stepping into the shoes for Doug Bratt?
Always my favorite 80s horror icon anyway, so to inherit that role, I mean, I'm part of that hardcore
You're part of that
Pinhead
franchise
loving
now.
audience, yeah. So it was surreal. I mean, it's not a typical type of role for me. I usually play more of the smarmy assholes, you know? So, yeah, it was so weird and wonderful to be made into a classic, iconic Hollywood monster. You know, it was just
So Adam,
wild.
all the horror movies that you have done,
Yeah,
which one did you enjoy the most doing?
definitely Hellraiser Judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in Judgment,
Yeah.
putting on the makeup of Pinhead, walk us through it. Was any of it CGI? Was
No.
it all practical?
All of it was practical. You know, they do a full head cast of you out of that blue stuff. It's so, I love it. It gets warm and it's kind of nice. Then they do a full head cast. They build the mold of your makeup out of clay, and then I don't know how they transfer that, but they transfer it to about that thickness of foam latex.
Wow.
So the only thing that is not covered is around my ears and around my eyes. 3 large pieces plus lower lip, which is separate, and then blend it all together and do a little airbrushing and maybe remove a pin and re-glue it if it's crooked. But basically, I just sit there in the chair while they turn me into this monster, and it's kind of magical. So it's kind of like a mask, but it is actually glued to your entire head.
Wow. So
I
how?
shaved my head for the role, so that would be easier, you know, for them to glue it and unglue it.
And how long, like every day, you would have to be in the makeup all day, even though while you were waiting to shoot your scenes?
Yeah. I would just sit and just sort of meditate, you know, not move much, because it's a very constricting costume and not very comfortable. But at the same time, I was so comfortable because I looked like that. You know?
Yeah.
I grew up as a Halloween kid, you know. All I really wanted to be was scary, grotesque, and unrecognizable every Halloween. You know? So here I was.
So you would say you are a lifelong horror fan?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I
So
love monsters.
getting some of these roles must have been like a dream.
I love, yeah. I want to play monsters, creepy, gross, more than anything.
And playing one of Clive Barker's Cenobites. I mean, come on. The head Cenobite in Pinhead. You were fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pure honor talking to you.
Thanks. You